What's going on, guys? Speedy Mormon here from Complex, and today I'm joined by the guy who won't stop damaging NBA rims. Zion Williamson is in the building. What's up, man? How are you?
Well, about yourself?
Good. How are you enjoying your All-Star experience thus far?
It's a great experience. Schedule has been really busy, but outside of that, I'm just taking it all in and enjoying myself.
Word. So let's rewind a few years back. I remember reading somewhere that your classmates used to tally how many Instagram followers you gained per period. Is this true?
That's very true. I remember I used to walk into one class, and I would come out the class, and kids would come up. You gained like 20,000 in that 1 hour. Like
they would give you your stats.
They would give me my stats.
Who, if you remember, was the first celebrity that followed you on Instagram?
I think the first celebrity that followed me on Instagram, I want to say it was Drake.
Drake was the first one?
I think Drake was the first.
That's a way to start.
That is a way to start.
That's a way to start. I imagine that your entire career so far, you're in a position where people are nervous to meet you. But yesterday we saw that you met Barack Obama. Were you nervous to meet him?
Man, I was very nervous to meet him. He's such a great guy. Like for him to have the schedule he has, and for him to know my stats, say that he watched me at Duke and watch all the other NBA players, I gained so much more respect for him. He has that kind of schedule, but he always makes time to just check in on basketball. So yeah, that's incredible. For
sure. Now, where everyone else was asking what he told you, there was a clip that we captured of you telling him something, and he was intently listening. You were demonstrating something. What were you telling Barack Obama?
Honestly, if I got to see the clip, but I was probably telling him about the night my shoe blew out.
Oh.
He was asking about it because I was telling him the whole week, we had just got our #1 ranking back. It was Duke UNC week. Everybody's on campus was hyped. Coach is just giving an amazing pre-game speech, and then 36 seconds in, my shoe goes out. I said, and he was there, and it was just man, it was disappointing.
For sure. Now, back in high school, USA Today, I believe, had you blog and just do some journal entries, and you said that you were listening to Drake, but then you kind of shifted and were like, yo, now I'm listening to Hov a lot. Jay-Z came to watch you play. I wonder, have you ever got a chance to speak to Hov?
Nah, I haven't had a chance to speak to him, and honestly, I think my first time meeting him, I wanted to be I'm meeting you, I don't want to have to deal with nothing else. So when the opportunity arises, I'm going to take it.
As someone who's never dunked before, I imagine that it's always like what a boxer may feel like when they knock somebody out. When you're driving to the rim, any point in your career, when you see somebody jumping with you and you know you're about to catch a body, what does that feel like?
It's a different feeling, man. Because when you do it, you just posterize that person. That person could say what they want, but they know what they got to go deal with after the game. But it's just a great feeling. It's just man, I really punched that on him. But I think I think it's the best one when it's an and one. When it's an and one, you get to soak it in. But
because there's a moment where you got to go to the free throw line, the ref's got to stop everything.
Yeah, but if it's not an and one, you got to get back on defense.
For sure. Now, everyone would ask, when's the first time you dunk? When do you think you'll dunk for the last time? At what age? Because Julius Erving is still dunking at 60. He's 65, still able to dunk.
He's different, though. I'm going to say 45.
45? I think Vince Carter's in his 40s, and he's still playing. I think you got a little more than that, Zion.
I might have a little more, but by that age, I'm not trying to hurt myself. Just dunking.
As we've seen, the jersey swap post-game has become a thing of its own. I'm curious as to who you would like to jersey swap with, dead or alive, athlete or not. They don't have to have been an athlete. If you had the opportunity to jersey swap metaphorically with anyone who's ever walked the earth, who would you swap jerseys with? I
think anybody from South Carolina, to be honest. I think making it out of South Carolina, especially to the NBA, it's hard. I feel like we don't get the respect we deserve from a basketball standpoint. So if you notice anybody from South Carolina, I'll try to get their jersey.
Like a celebrity or just any person from South Carolina?
Just any basketball player from South Carolina.
Fair. What is the hardest part about being an NBA player?
I think definitely adjusting to the travel. You know, the games every other day, sometimes back to back, and I mean, you competing against the best players in the world every day. Like, you can go from playing like LeBron, LA, to Harden, the Rockets, to Giannis and the Bucks, and I mean, just the list just goes on. And that's every other day. So I think, you know, going from college to that, I think is the hardest part.
For sure. My last question for you. Back in your Duke days, you had a group chat with your guys, Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett and Trey Jones. I'm curious, what is the most lit group chat that you're a part of right now?
What is the most lit group chat I'm a part of? I'm going to say it's my high school, with like 4 of my boys from high school. I'm going to say that group message. That group message is anything goes in there. So
they were saying that in the RJ Barrett group chat that you don't speak much. In this group chat, are you actually texting back?
You know, I think they kind of over-exaggerate that a bit. You know, like, the group chat was on Snapchat, and, you know, Trey and Cam would just, you know, send a picture of their face. Nothing against them, but I don't care about that.
How are you supposed to react to a selfie?
Yeah, like, what they want from me on that? So I think once we started talking, that's when I started talking a lot more in the message.
Cool. All right, Zion. Thank you so much for stopping by.